All right, Fashion on Fox. We're going men's fashion today.
Yeah, we are.
We're showing the dress here. I don't. There's nothing like wearing a nice suit. I think you just feel confident. Yeah. What? You like that dress?
I was going to say men could wear the dress.
And the thing is, when they fit just right and they're made of nice fabric, they can look really sharp, right? But what about going to the next level? Like I said, taking like a $350 suit like this one, going bespoke, going handmade, perfectly tailored to you. So I went to a store called Tom James, talked with a man named Tim Smith to see what goes into this $4,000 and $5,000 custom suit. Take it away, Tim.
All right, let's take a look.
So what goes into a really fine suit? What does bespoke really mean, right? I'm with Tim Smith here with Tom James. Good to see you, Tim.
Thank you very much.
You said something really interesting just a second ago, and you're talking about the difference even in the stitching and the feel of a true bespoke or handmade suit versus a machine-made suit.
Yes, the effort to put together a garment in a hand fashion allows stitchings that have much more forgiveness to them. Basically, when you put in when you machine stitches that go into a lot of garments to make it quick to make and inexpensive, it inevitably creates a tighter seam that doesn't have any give to it. And the most important spot, especially for men wearing coats, is the ability to have room through their shoulders and their arms, and especially now because the clothing is made so trim that you're going to have a lot of restriction if you don't have a garment that has a lot of give to it.
So a hand stitch is going to make a softer, more pliable garment.
Yes, and it's also part of the soft tailoring is what we refer to as the combination of that plus using front facings that have more breathability versus fusing, which is another process of machine grade clothing. And frankly, most clothing under $1,000 or even the $1,500 range, there's some fusing involved.
Fusing is basically gluing, and it makes a suit stiff.
A garment that's made that's machine grade will tend to wear you and pretty much stay that way. So you see sometimes coats that just kind of hang away from the neck. They don't really have they don't learn to kind of naturally grab you properly. The one thing I want you to just feel is how a garment like this just kind of balls up into it's just all hand done with really soft facings on it. And so the way you can sometimes check to see how much handwork is done into it, when you see these little stitches right here, see that how there's kind of like a puckering that goes on. That's how hand stitches look. And if I'm not gonna pick on anybody, but if we pull out a garment that's a machine stitch, you'll see it's all flat and smooth and it's hard, and so it doesn't have that. So you pull on this thing like this, and you have a lot of ability to kind of take this thing and it'll pull out, and so it's being sewn all through that area allows it to really drape on you properly. Yeah, we look about the same size. Fortunate to be in the same,
pretty close, huh?
Same stock size. So, yeah.
How come it looks so much better on you, though?
I don't know about that.
This suit is the top of the line one here. It's about $5,000. But there are other custom suits at Tom James that start at about $800. In order to get the perfect fit, though, for any suit, you really need a good measurement.
And you're into a 43 chest, which is fine. Now the next thing to check is how much of an overarm you have, which is taken just a little bit above the chest line, and right at that spot you're right at 50, which puts you right there at a 7-inch difference between your overarm and chest, which is the classic difference. We've measured athletes, and athletes, you'd think they'd be like huge. Very often they are the same amount, because in order to get a big gun, you usually have to have big chests.
And what about the tie?
Spring is generally pastel. You look at Easter egg and all that kind of stuff going on. So generally brighter colors, but definitely things that work into pinks like you have on. Certainly lavenders, more purples are certainly fun to have. I think one of my favorites tends to be into summer looks is definitely when you get into some peach and orange tones. They tend to jump really well against navies and dark colors.
But why invest this kind of money in a suit?
You should always aspire, I think, to wear as nice as clothing as you can because of the way it makes you feel. Because what is the clothing for in the first place? You're not there. If you feel better about what you're doing, how you look, how you feel, you will definitely perform better. It's like anything else. When you put on that uniform, you're naturally going to be a little bit more proud of what you're doing and take more care and dedication into your efforts of what you're trying to accomplish.
Every girl crazy about a shot, that's man.
obviously Tom James and Tim there, they go after a different kind of clientele. But he says he has a lot of his clients that come in and they put on a $5,000 suit and they feel like $1 million.
Yeah.
And they go out and they sell and they are captain of finance or whatever they're doing.
Yeah, there's something different too. When you're wearing something that you feel good in, it takes you to another level. Right. Even if it costs $100, who cares, or $20.
There you go. Tom James, by the way, right in North Central Phoenix. Look him up and then look up Tim.
Nice job.
Oh, thank you.
I was thinking Hugh Hefner in that red jacket, but hey.
It did have a bit of a Hugh Hefner look, didn't it?